Hey, everybody, and welcome to XP Network's live stream. I'm here with Garrett from Rising Empire Studios, and we're going to be talking about comic books and drops today. It's a pretty
Yeah.
exciting one, a little different from our typical spotlight week because, yeah, Garrett, you have some cool things coming up, and hopefully your fans are all here to take advantage.
Yeah, definitely. Been an exciting time. Not only do we have a an upcoming set with the trading card game and all the things on that side, and we just released another comic book of our ongoing comic book series with Cosmic Conquest, but then we have a comic book series live on Kickstarter right now with one of the absolute titans of the industry and a legend with Mark Waid, who's co-publishing this series with us. And so, yeah, a lot of exciting things happening right now for us.
Awesome, awesome. So before we get started too deep in the conversation, there should be a QR code where you can earn 100 XP from the Rising Empire store, and we're going to explain how awesome that XP actually is. Because although we're still in live beta, a lot of the full functioning features are going up this year. And I also usually forget this. I'm your host, Jason Horonsky, CEO of XP Network, formerly Jasco Games. Tabletop veteran, both on the retail store side and the publishing side. So let's kick it off with tell me about Mark Waid, his background, and like why this is such a special project for the comic.
Yeah. If you're into comics, you probably know that name. And if not, Mark is a industry veteran who has been writing comics for 40 years for Marvel and DC, former head of Boom Studios and all sorts of things in the industry. Guy's done about everything. Most notably, the things he's probably most famous for is Kingdom Come, The Flash, Daredevil, Captain America, Fantastic Four. Pretty much, if you like just
Only
name
those?
Batman, Superman, if you name any character in Marvel or DC, he has written them. You know, the Flash TV show, a lot of the movies are based on his story and the characters and things he had come up with. And yeah, guy's done about everything in the space. And it's just been a crazy whirlwind of how we met, how he liked what we were doing, and how we even got connected. And yeah, kind of crazy.
That's got to be extremely flattering for him to come in and say your
Yeah.
story is good
And
enough to write something that's
yeah,
at
guy's
like
done
S
about
tier, triple A
everything in
level
the
that he
space.
works
And it's
on.
just
Like,
been a
how did that come
crazy
about?
whirlwind of how, yeah. So, you know, a little serendipitous or meant to be, or how, you know, whatever you believe on how it came about. And it was really crazy. So we have a writer, AJ Light, who has written comic book series for us, novels for us, everything, one of our partners. And he had given some merchandise to his dad, and his dad had given out all these merchandise to his friends. And so you're talking about one of our partners, our author, gave a hat to his dad, who gave it to his friend. That guy gets on an elevator in Florida with somebody, and the guy says, Alpha Clash, I know Alpha Clash. I'm a fan of Alpha Clash. I follow him on socials, everything. That guy turned out to be one of Mark's friends that has done all kinds of licensing deals with Mark and animation deals with Mark and TV shows and publishing, and they go way back. And it just kind of started this conversation, and that eventually we meet the guy. We have a couple calls. He says, I think you guys need to meet Mark Waid. And we're like, the Mark Waid, like the guy, whatever. And he's like, yeah, like, so we had a meeting with Mark. Mark says, I get pitched by a million people every year. He doesn't really do a lot of independent stories. He says, send me over a novel, send me some comics, just let me look at it. Kind of as a courtesy to his friend that was a fan. Mark read it and reached back out and said, I love it. I'm interested in working with you guys. And we were like, okay. So that's it's kind of a crazy story of how we got connected. And it has been an ongoing thing for more than a year to get to this point, maybe 18 months since we had our first meeting with Mark. So it's been a long time coming.
Talk about right place, right time, meant to be. Talent does a lot for this, right? So, like the fact that AJ is writing a good enough story with you guys to get noticed by a legend like Mark is pretty crazy.
Yep.
And the reason we're here, everybody, is that there is a live Kickstarter for this comic book series right now. How do you get to that? And maybe we can link it in here too.
Yeah. So it's Alpha Clash Rising Empire. So it's a new series, a mini series co-authored by Mark and AJ, titled Rising Empires, which we are Rising Empire Studios. A little play on words, but Rising Empires is also very relevant to the story. It happens 5 years after the events of the novel, a kind of the main storyline of our story. But yeah, we've been live for about a week. We already have over 400 backers. Funding is going well. A lot of people getting the story. What we can see is a lot of people are picking up Alpha Clash for the first time, which is exciting.
That's fantastic. And yeah, and I'm going to apologize. The XP Network Studios is not in tip top shape. Your camera is severely better than ours. I'm just on a laptop right now. I've actually considered setting up a bit of a studio and working with Shane, who's our producer on the back end here, so that these are a little bit more formal, because we've made this very casual, very casual, so that fans can just come in, engage, and by the way, segue is ask some questions in the chat. This is an opportunity to interact directly with creators, directly with XP Network. Anyone that comes on our shows on Fridays, chat with us. Like it's really cool. Everyone is just a normal person like everybody else, or maybe not that normal, maybe a little bit nerdier than the average normie.
People.
But we're here. We're real people. We're here to talk to you. Everyone has been a super fan of gaming to get into this industry in the first place. This is not super corporate world, especially not in tabletop. There's a little bit of corporate and a lot of passion. But ask your questions in the chat. Our producer Shane's going to drop them over here into my Slack, and I'll read some of these things out loud. If you have any questions for Garrett, for us on XP Network, leading into go back that Kickstarter, go get that comic book and see. So is Mark wrote in with AJ every single thing in this new series?
Yeah. So we're launching the first 4 issues are on the campaign. So for as little as $34, you can get the entire first 4 issues. So you get the whole story. It goes all the way up to the top tier with something like $19.99, which that tier sold out instantly. The tier that's underneath of it, there's some of those that are $9.99. So in those, it's like crazy collector graded signs, variant cover, special, stuff, all the collectibles, a couple promo cards, the whole story, all sorts of stuff. It's crazy how much stuff is in some of those top tiers. But for just $10, you can back the campaign and get it digitally, all the way up to you can spend $1,000 and you want to get the crazy stuff. So there's a little bit of something for everybody.
That's awesome. And and if you just are here for the story, I mean, that's a pretty awesome entry point. And you TCG player fans out there, you'll scoff at $10 because comic books, we were just talking about this, man. Comic books, I think, have just never caught up to the rest of the collectible market in value or costs, because like you can still buy comics for like $4, $5, $6, $7. There are regular like uncommon cards in TCGs that are the same price. It's insane to think about how much work goes into a comic book for the story, all the artwork. It's like, and then you have like one card that takes up 1/6 of the page of a comic book page, and it'll be the same price as a comic. So
yes, I have examples of that right here. This 40-page graphic comic variant, signed, graded, all the stuff next to a little graded card for a single art. Definitely very common now.
So get in while comics are still reasonable for sure. is the key to this one.
It is a great story. I will say, like, obviously super biased here, but I always say, like, if I had just walked in to read this story with Mark and AJ and I had never read anything else, they wrote it specifically that you don't need to have read our novel. You don't need to have read the other comic books. It is a jumping in point because we know a lot of people are going to come to us new. So we purposely went a certain place in the timeline to tell a certain piece of the story. But it's been fun with this series because I get to serve along with Ridge as a little bit more project managers and directors, and just to get their feedback back and get the pages and read the story and see the artwork and just kind of manage the project. It's not like I'm getting the script and being like, hey, sorry, Mr. Wade, can you go back and change your, your story? This is a little bit like we just get to be fans almost and just make sure that it's going well. And I will say, like, coming from Rising Empire Studios and Indie Studio, there's a reason Mark partnered with us. And this story is AAA story, AAA artwork. I mean, everything is as good as anything you're going to pick up off the shelves from any other studio right now. And so, yeah, we're incredibly honored to put that out.
That is so cool because I don't even know the last time he did an indie comic. I mean, Marvel and
He does.
DC, right?
He's currently writing the history of DC for DC. Like, he is the encyclopedia for DC. And so yes, we are very fortunate to work with Mark.
Incredible. And so you're here on the XP Network live stream. So what that means for you fans watching is you're earning XP. Hopefully you've scanned in and got your 100 Rising Empire XP. We do plan on doing some cool new things. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have drops coming. What we're doing, one of the key features we have to bring community back together into the gaming world is promoting play to win or engage to win and not pay to win. So one of the cool things we can do here pretty soon, and Garrett, you're going to kind of lead the market on this one, is what we
Yeah.
call drops, where the publishers and the retailers can actually limit your ability to purchase certain items, promo cards, special edition comics, really rare items, by a specific amount of XP spend before you can buy them. The point of this is so that you people that engage with us, that play in tournaments, that go onto the live streams, that follow the newsletters and everything else, you're going to earn XP for engagement. But the whales that can go on there and buy 100% of the market and then go mark it up 4x and then profit on it, they can't do that if they don't engage. So we stop the whaling and the scalping of the markets in both comics and TCGs and the rest of the tabletop and ideally video game and comic spaces, basically fandom. If you're a fan of anime, you're a fan of video games, you're a fan of tabletop games, the goal here is to re-level the playing field, make it so everyone can play, and the people that win the promo cards and the cool stuff, they do it because they are fans and they participated, not because they took out a checkbook, bought the entire marketplace, and then resold it for double, triple, or quadruple. So, on that note, I know you guys are planning. We talked about this last year. You're planning on doing our first drop.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. I know you have what we're
Yeah. So we were one of the first ones out of the gate to do a little spotlight week. So some of our fans that were there for that got a chance to earn some XP by doing, various things that week. And then since then we've had a couple tournaments and just a couple ways for people to engage and earn some XP. And so I know we teased it back then. But one of the things we'll be doing with our drop, the only way you'll be able to get this is by you have to have some XP. Otherwise, it won't be unlocked for you to purchase. But one of them will be this promo card here, which I don't know if you can get it quite right. Highly UV textured, foiled, kind of a crazy. It's an alternate art of Death's Door. It's also stamped and numbered out of 100, serialized, as well as the XP Network logo on it. So pretty cool. Again, only be able to get it. It's also going to be signed by Ridge, our creator, as well. So you'll be able to grab those only if you have some XP. So definitely want to make sure you're scanning that QR code here and getting your XP now.
If you didn't have enough reason before, now you're going to maybe start to understand the point of XP Network and what we do here.
Yeah. And we look forward to just doing all sorts of cool stuff with XP, whether it's promos or products or experiences or unique stuff. We've been waiting to really put in some crazy stuff on our store and just new stuff until, we fully get it rolling here, but we look forward to doing that.
Yeah, and if you don't understand this, there's two types of ways to use your XP to cash it in credit for your discounts. You can go directly to the Rising Empire store, and you have Rising Empire XP. That's what you're earning with your QR code right now. Definitely save that up because this year all the publishing partners are going to start putting out really, really cool things, and we have more surprise publishing partners that are pretty big names that you guys are going to love to see the products on too. This is a Switzerland community of publishers and creators. So it's not just Rising Empire. It's not just whatever XP Network wants to do. We're giving you guys access to the fandom. So it's going to extend into lots of other things like anime and video games too down the road, which we have some cool stuff that we'll announce later this year as well in that space. Just a little spoiler, but Drops are super cool. So collect your XP, and then you can also use it on the XP Network store. So our store is truly Switzerland. It's the most expensive XP still, but now we're finally getting to the point where you can use everybody's XP in a pool, and the publishers are putting some featured items up on our store every month where you can get them potentially at like half price of wholesale or retail price, like wholesale price, or even lower because you're spending the XP for it.
Mm.
That is awesome. The publishers are actually providing that promotional material for you so you can get things at lower and lower prices. We have San Diego Comic Con exclusive items on there that are no longer jacked to like the millions of XP. So shout outs to Shane for fixing that once we had the minimum XP spend built. It's been a lot of back end to build this special platform for XP Network so that you guys can get things from participating in tournaments and leagues, in demo days, in conventions, in live streams. There's all kinds of cool ways to earn XP. It's really up to the creator on how creative they can be. I do have a couple of questions here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm a terrible reader, so I'm going to start with as a subscriber at Team Covenant. I'd love it if there was a slipcase for the other comics available through this Kickstarter.
Okay. Slipcase, if you're still there in the chat, slipcase meaning something you want to like something one that once you finish the Cosmic Conquest series, you'll be able to put it into like a box set of the 8 issues, I imagine. Yeah, I'll talk to my guy, see if that's possible.
And Shane said the chat's pretty hype about the promo card, and this won't be the only one. Rising Empire is a really close partner of ours. We're going to do some really cool things together. So again, collect your XP, get ready to spend your XP on their store. But the first question is, how many XP do they need to get a copy of that? I don't even know if we've decided that, have we?
I don't know if we've put it out there, but we were working on it with Shane a few days ago to make sure we get it set up and to set the minimum XP and then what the full cost would be. But if you were here and you participated in our spotlight week every day or most of the days, you're going to be in the ballpark there. So make sure you're scanning
Is it for the minimum spend, or are you going to be able to get the whole thing with XP?
I think you'd be able to get about the whole thing if you did the whole week.
There you go, fans. That's what I'm talking about. That's the cool part about XP. You did stuff and you get heavily rewarded with a numbered 1 of 100 card. TCG 1 of 100 is like super, super limited. As a previous publisher of a bunch of games, and you can't see my shelves right now, but I've got licensed trading card games I made all over my room here. Making 100 of something, I don't know if we've ever done it, actually. I don't know if we ever made that few. We might have done some Chrome rares for My Hero Academia that were limited of 100, maybe, but I think it was a 1,000. Shane, correct me if I'm wrong. We both worked there together for a long time. Did we ever make anything 1 of 100? I definitely know we didn't stamp too many cards. I think it was just the Chrome rares, and those didn't even come out until like set 4 or 5 of My Hero Academia. So it's been pretty too.
We've only serialized a handful of them in the last few years. Not a lot of serialized cards for us.
All right, so I've got Clash.
Serialized is hot right now.
I love it. I think the serialized numbered cards, I've always loved that. We did it with puzzles, believe it or not, during COVID, because it was one of the only things we could manufacture in the US. So we can make cards and puzzles. So we made Buffy the Vampire Slayer 1 of 1,000 limited edition framed puzzles. Like the puzzle came of Buffy completely assembled, numbered with a certificate of authenticity. And like that was a pretty cool project that was like only available because COVID blocked pretty much everything we wanted to do. Clashing Teacups on YouTube says, Garrett, sir, you are on top of things. Very impressive. Is there a date of Death's Door availability?
Very soon. Very soon. I think we'll drop the official date anytime now.
Beautiful.
Like
almost the date right there.
yeah. I want to make sure we got it next week or two or so ish. We'll get it official here shortly and push it out to you.
So there's 2 big topics we talked about before the show that we kind of want to touch on. One of them, and we'll dive right in, is leagues and leaderboards. I know we've been
Yep.
building independently a robust leagues system with leaderboards coming. This is still very much in the beta phase. So we'd like to roll out some really cool beta test league testing over the next several weeks with you guys, where
Yeah.
this is something you can actually create teams, team captains, a whole league circuit. I'm assuming for you guys, it'll probably be a series of online and in-person tournaments
Yeah.
where people can the leaderboard that way. And I expect to actually custom build pretty much what you guys want on XP Network for this league to go off this
Yeah.
season. So how do you envision leagues? Because I'm going to actually just clip this and send it to our CTO
Yeah.
and like have an idea of what to build, right?
Yeah, I definitely for leagues and leaderboards, one thing about us is we definitely have a global community, and it's also at times can be very spread out community naturally with a lot of tabletop gaming where we might have players that don't have a large in-house in-store player base, but they're passionate fans, they want to play, they want to get with other people. So being able to do things with tabletop simulator or webcam events was going to be really big for us to really just get people together in the community, play games, earn XP, track their stats, their rewards, their games played. All those things are things we'd like to reward people for, you know, and kind of honor them for putting the time in and playing those games. And so I think there's a lot of people in the community that have been waiting for us to be able to do something official like that. You know, yes, we do in-person events, but depending on where you're at, depends on whether you can make all those. And you know, if you can't make all the in-person events, and we're hosting webcam and tabletop simulator right now as the places to play, it's a chance for everybody to really get involved and show up. And so that's
What I
what
love
we're
about
really.
that is it goes directly back to play to win, not pay to win. If you can't travel or you don't have a player base, first of all, try to get one, right? Tell your friends to
Right.
play. That always helps. But if you can still participate and get all the cool stuff, because XP Network and Rising Empire are partnering to do that for you, I'd love to see the community's feedback on how they want a league to look too. So if you guys can join our beta testing of this league with Rising Empire. I know I'm willing to match any XP that Rising Empire gives out if you join the beta test of the league and give us some
Cool.
really whatever feedback you have on what you want a league to look like. I know Rising Empire is going to obviously steer the ship there, but if we get really good feedback from the fans, like the games are for the fans. I've always thought that. I've always thought like I can have a specific idea of how a game needs to run or a tournament needs to run,
Mhm.
but if the fans aren't having fun and they don't like the way I play games, that's not the product for them, and it's not my call
Mhm.
to play a game by myself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So great opportunity. We've been looking forward to it, and we're, you know, excited that that's about to be here.
Got another good question. So Clashing Teacups once again says the real question is, will you spin the wheel for XP again? Shane does said
uh,
he did say he could set it up if we want. That's kind of up to you. Are we going to do an XP wheel spin? I don't know how many people are watching right now. I don't have. I'm not privy
yeah, it
to
was
our.
kind of a late notice here. We pinged everybody a few minutes before we came on, so sure sounds like we got a few people here, but yeah, if we've got enough people, I don't mind doing a little wheel
I have a
spin.
feeling that they're asking because the odds must be really good since we
Yeah.
were the last.
Probably.
17 people have scanned for XP so far, so it's not like that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
odds are actually not super good. It's not like 1 in 3.
Yes. Yeah. That's
So
not bad.
I guess if you want to do that, ring the bell to Shane. Just let him. I mean, he's listening, obviously. So let him know. I think we're being pretty generous with XP anyway. So, but thank you guys for watching and earning your 100 at least. But yeah, that's good. That's totally up to Garrett for that call.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Stay tuned and keep watching. There's
Hey,
another.
if we get some good comments and questions in here.
Right, exactly. And anything else about leagues and leaderboards before I move on to the next topic?
No, I just biggest thing is we'll make a push in the community to get some people to show up. And I think that we have some good communities in the UK, in the Philippines, and spread out throughout the US. Those people have never really played together before. It's a little more isolated communities. And I think this will be a really unique way to mix those people together in an official format.
I like it, and I would even like have fun playing like a midnight tournament in the US to be able to play with like the Philippines or something like
Mhm.
that's cool stuff.
Yeah,
I know Shane's really good at your game, so maybe he'll jump in and
he is.
surprise the fans as an XP network representative. Um, we also have Dominican Hero says they need more XP. Well, a lot of people do need more. I agree. Everybody needs more XP.
You do need
Partic-
more XP.
participate and get XP, right? Um,
Uh,
I know your leagues are going to be issuing lots of XP too. So moving into leagues and tournaments and everything else, that's one way to do it. Tell your hobby shops to sign up. We will all be at Gamma, which is the big kind of hobby convention that where we all go, and there's like 400 or 500 retailers there that are your local hobby shop owners. Most of the publishers will be there, and I'll be presenting to two different panels of 90 retailers, Ridge and Garrett and Lauren from Catalyst and a couple other publishers are going to come up and talk with me about how they intend to use their organized play, how they intend to support retailers, especially because a lot of the prize support, a lot of the like promotional items, demo kits, window clings, point of sale stuff, um, we can now actually see the accountability of participating retailers to give them extra support straight from the publishers. So when your retailer signs up, not only do they get a huge care package of cool stuff from all of the partnered publishers, they get like extra XP. There's a gamma bonus if they sign up between now and the end of March. So there's like a really, really cool reason for your hobby shop to get in. And then you can earn XP there too. And we also have the point of sale app built for Shopify. So anyone that uses Shopify as their point of sale, online or in store, just like the Starbucks app, if you go to your profile right now and then look at the very top, it'll say your XP ID card. You can just scan that QR code and instantly see your XP value at your local hobby shop or at your publisher's convention booth and either spend it or earn more. So not only do you earn for participation, but you do get like your typical loyalty points too. The point is, though, is like everybody only has a certain amount of money to spend. It's not like that's the way to go out and get things. So we want to reward participation and achievements and things like that.
mm.
We got another thing. World Championship online question mark all caps.
I don't know. We will do one in person at some point. We haven't announced when, but as we've gotten more global now, we really need a world championships. But an online, a separate event, I don't know. Could make sense if it. I think this is a good time for us to go into the beta, give it a good test, see what people like, kind of flesh some stuff out, maybe do a couple more trial runs with it, and see where that goes. But we're open to doing. Obviously, there's something about getting people together in the same room. I love our events. I love when our people show up. It's very energy giving to us as a studio just to get. I don't care if it's 20 people, 120 people, whatever it is in the room, and just see people that love what you're doing and having fun. It's very life-giving to us as a studio, so I want that. But I also want as many people experiencing the game as possible. So if that's what it is, then we'll
I
do it.
wonder if there's a way to have the best of both worlds, to have your cake and eat it too, like a online global qualifier for an invite or something. Because
Yeah.
maybe your top 8 has to all qualify and then get flown somewhere. Like that'd be really
Mhm.
cool. Even the top
Yep.
4, like, it could be a cool test. Maybe XP can sponsor some of this. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what we come up with. That's a great idea.
We can do crazy stuff.
Yep. And also, if you're on here, if you haven't favorited Rising Empire Studios and followed their newsletter, there are ways to get XP and get up to date news that way. And you can also get notifications through XP Network, so you're not always getting spammed to your email. You'll only get emails from the big email news that Rising Empire wants to put out to your email, so you're not getting infinite spam, which I also don't like. We were talking about this before the show
Right.
too. There's so much spam out there. You got junk mail, spam in your email, spam texts, and then all the ridiculous ads everywhere that you're getting on social media and your YouTube and everything else. It's crazy how much spam there is. So I like the idea that you can just get a notification and check the news. We're
Yep.
building a full news page right now. So you get the top headlines in the news page on XP Network. So any cool big news you guys put out will be featuring as well. So fans of Rising Empire, check out that, but definitely favorite them if you haven't already, because that's also a way to get like the inside scoop of new XP.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's another question. Maybe it's time for Garrett to show off the booster box. Oh. That sounds like
Do
it was
have
Shane.
I would say, was that Shane? I don't know who else knows that.
I was like, that's
So,
insider information.
uh, so something else is we are now just under a month away from the release of our 7th core booster set, Ancient Alphas, which is the second set of our Cosmic Conquest block. And so we've never actually showed off, although there is one sitting on my shelf that people might have seen in a stream before. We've never actually showed off physical product. We've just been doing spoiler posts of cards for a while. So I do have one of the booster boxes sitting here. We'll show off some of the
Ooh.
artwork here. Got a little Keprius in front of some sort of a portal there. We haven't people have seen the front of the box, but they have not seen the sides of the box yet. So we do have some crazy artwork here on the side. Again, some different stuff from Kaio, as well. If I get the right angle, you can.
You're really good at blocking out that here.
Yeah, I do have a couple of lights in here set up in the little studio, and then, nice little bit on the back, as well as the tells you everything that's in the set, the amount of rarities and everything, and then the front is the logo in the portal as well. So, have not showed that off anywhere. Your first official look at the Ancient Alphas booster box. Again, it's 32 packs of 16 cards, fully draftable box. Everything you need in it, draft, sealed, or otherwise.
Amazing. And yeah, comment in the chats if you want future booster boxes to have XP redemption in the packs, because that would be pretty cool. Just saying. I might have just thrown that in there to make them think about it. So final big topic, and we're still reading the chat, so keep asking questions. I want to know what the chat thinks actually of this one. We kind of do these war room talks with our partners. I'm really good friends with several publishers and owners of game companies and retail hobby shops. That's been my passion. I've been in it for 25 years, but the general public probably doesn't have like much of a window behind the scenes. And I think it would be really cool to have another show, a 30-minute, maybe an hour-long show where we have a couple hosts, either me and someone else or 2 other people, and then some guests from different industries where we discuss hot topics all over the gaming industry and the fandom industry. And we take votes from the fans of what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to just throw some out there that are extremely interesting to me that I think would be very cool to earn XP, ask questions, engage with the fans, and then get some behind the scenes. Right now, I've mentioned there's like a few shows that kind of do this. Like you can watch Alpha Investments and Rudy, and he'll tell you about Magic and Pokemon all day long and whatever news is happening in that. And I fully admit I watch that sometimes. But it'd be cool to have him with an alternate opinion on the show, right? Like let's see what we get when we put multiple industry experts together and talk about. This is the big one. You ready? AI. What is the effect and the fans' opinion on AI art, AI 3D modeling, AI narratives for video games, for tabletop games, AI game design? Because like it's obviously not beloved. Like I know most of the fans don't like it, but like it's also probably inevitable, right? So what do we as industry leaders feel like the future is with this challenge in front of us? There's another huge topic is like what was the effect, the true effect now looking back 5 and 6 years on COVID and tariffs on the tabletop industry? Like what did that really do? I was definitely in the middle of that. You guys were just starting your company in the middle of COVID, I think. And it's like, yep. You definitely have to deal with tariffs. What is that real effect? Like if the fans can look behind the scenes, vote on it, and literally ask questions live to our experts, like how did it affect different publishers? It's really interesting. I have some pretty strong opinions on all of this stuff, right? But I want to see what everybody thinks. Like I'd love to have some back and forth on this and get some votes and like live interaction. I had another really cool topic. What was it? It'll come to me. But like we'll have a bunch of them up for vote because I don't want to just talk about what's interesting to me. I want to have vote on it.
I think live. If the War Room talks were ever recorded of that, when you get the room together, unfortunately you're talking about stuff we can't always talk about publicly, but if you could, it's those types of talks that I do think when you get 3-4 plus people together that are really in it, in the thick of it, that are experiencing things that probably the general consumer, whatever their conception is of it, maybe it's different than like the actual effect to the publishers and what kind of the reality of it is as well. I think
Yeah,
you're
because
very
there's definitely, like, I've got to admit, there's a ton of sugarcoating when we have a public message because we have a business to run. Everybody
Mhm.
does as a publisher, and we really want to be as optimistic as possible, even if behind the scenes we're like, oh my god, this really messed us up.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this happened, right?
Uh-huh.
But we're making fun and entertainment for everybody in this industry. Like, ultimately, like, I would say 99 out of 100 of your publishers and owners and CEOs in this industry are extremely passionate gamers. It probably cuts down to maybe half of that in the video game industry. That was my other one. Imagine this question too, as something to vote on. What do you guys think is the reason for indie studios to be taking over the AAA studios in the video game industry lately? What are the causes of this? What are the effects of this? How do you feel about it? Like, that is another really just super interesting topic, especially after the Video Game Awards this year, where what's it called? Expedition 33 just
Mhm.
dominated, and it kind of, I think, angered and shocked the AAA studios that have been probably ripping off a lot of fans for a really long time.
Yeah.
And seeing what a small studio from France can do to make an amazing game with amazing music and an amazing narrative, how are they even able to beat a AAA studio with infinite budget, right? So, really cool topics, and it can be anything in the fandom. It can be anime, it can be video games, tabletop, maybe not sports, but maybe esports, right?
Yeah.
Might do music and sports down the road. You have a lot of questions. Let's see if I can catch up. Okay, Garrett, which contender are you building for Ancient Alphas?
Um, Probably entropy or absence.
There you go. That was easy. Next question. I'm going to rapid fire you for a second. Do you have a rough date for another PVE expansion late this year, early next year?
Yes, I do.
I love it. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, I have a rough date. No, I'm not ready to tell you yet, but the next PVE is already developed and ready to go.
Unfortunately, I've been in Garrett's seat on this a million times, and yeah, we can't just tell you everything. There's a lot of reasons for that. Maybe we'll do it in our War Room show where we
Yeah.
just talk about like why we can't say certain things. There's some really good reasons for this too. Uh, Man, I have a whole story I could go into about Dragon Ball Z and Mortal Kombat, but we're not going to do it right now.
Yeah.
Next one is, tell us more about that draft format. Like, what are the draft formats in Alpha Clash? How do they work?
Yeah. So the way drafting works, in these booster packs, it's 4 packs. So this supports an 8-person draft out of the box. It's 4 packs. With that, you're gonna end up with each pack has a contender or a token in the back. So you end up with 60 cards by the time you're done drafting, and then you build a 40 card deck from your 60 cards to play with. And then if you're playing in a tournament or multi-game format with that, the extra 20 cards are essentially your sideboard that you can side out between games. And so you're leaving with a hefty amount of cards. And the way that the packs are designed and collated and everything, you should be able to get a nice spread on all the right kinds of cards and colors, and the incredible pack math and math formulas and everything that goes in to it is a lot. And so that's what it's designed to do.
See, that's another fun entire day topic of correlating uncut sheets
Yeah.
and the difference between digital printing and offset printing and truly random versus algorithmic random. There's so much on this. And yeah, anyway, if you're into TCGs, you probably know a lot of it, but maybe not everything. Next comment, tell us more. Oh, got that one. Bring back booster wrapper redemptions. That's from Ryback Stun. Was that a thing?
Maybe. Not from us, but we could do it.
So I know we did that. We always had redemption on the back of the packs. We had a robust recycling program
Yep.
where people could send their packs back or bring them back to conventions, and that's how you would purchase promo cards. So obviously, the idea of XP and redeeming things has been in the
Mhm.
back of my head for
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
It started way back when. I'm not the first one. I think Kool Aid or what are the little cutouts you had in the cereal boxes for
Mhm.
not Scholastic, but something like that. Like it's been
Yep.
going back forever. But I still think it's a great idea. So, and that's
Yeah.
maybe
We
maybe
might
we can
move
do
it to
XP.
we might move it to digital.
Yeah, maybe we do
Yeah.
XP, right?
Yeah.
X next question, comment from YouTube. XP redemption in new sets would be great. How about turning in older packs for XP? Kind of on the same
There you
topic.
go. Same topic. I I'm
So
one of our mottos in this company is if it makes sense. We
yeah,
say that all the time. Something comes up, it's like if it makes sense,
that's
it's
hilarious. At Jasco, we always said anything's possible.
Mhm. Yeah. If it makes sense, we'll do it. I mean, that's what it's all about.
So, got another question. Any alterations for smaller groups of draft?
So for smaller groups of draft, in general, you're just not going to use all the packs, and you can use extra packs for prize packs, is what I've seen a lot of people do. They still draft with four, and they can do it in smaller pods, and then you got extra packs in your box to hand out for prizing.
And the draft still builds pretty solid decks. It's only using half of
Yeah,
them or whatever. Awesome,
yeah.
awesome.
You know,
Sealed is
they
sealed the same. Is it still 4 packs for sealed?
sealed. Yes, we recommend 6 packs or 4 pack. It depends. Or sorry, we recommend 8 packs for sealed. Just on the way the math breaks out. I've seen people do it with 4 or 6. You can build a deck. It's just you're gonna be running a 3 or 4 color deck instead of a 1 or 2 colored, probably 2 color deck. So
Yeah, and that's pretty normal for like sealed is a lot harder because
yep.
you're not picking any cards. You're building a deck with just what you got, and
Yeah.
the fun, but also the downside of booster packs is they're random.
Right. Yeah. The only thing, if you're not using a whole box, obviously, is if there's a set amount of standard set amount of epics in a box, and somebody might get them all if you're not using all the packs.
Yep. So Shane, did we get any comments on that War Room show? Should we do it? Is that something did anyone care at all about that idea? Because that's the other thing. If nobody cares, we won't do
They
that.
don't care. That's too bad because it's a good idea.
I love just like spitball and stuff. So yeah, people are here for gaming. No comments yet.
That's all right.
Just there.
Maybe it's a different crowd.
Could be, could be. Well, we'll see what the general consensus is from gamers and fandom out there for everything. If you're coming in late, scan the QR code, get some XP. The XP can be used on really cool special cards like the one Garrett showed earlier in the show. Limited, stamped 1 of 100 XP network, probably signed by Ridge. It sounds like
Yep.
that's nuts. And you can only get it by participating and earning XP. That's going to be awesome. I think that goes up in what, like a week or two. We're about to
Yeah.
decide the drop date.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so that's exciting. Go back that Kickstarter. Mark Wade has some pretty awesome comics that you should go get. And like Garrett said, you can get into it as low as $10 and get the entire digital storyline if you don't collect the paper comics. And you can get your $32 for the physical.
Yeah. 34 for the whole physical 4 pack.
34.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
plus stretch goals. So just in the stretch goals right now that have been unlocked, if you did the $34 for those, you would also get some like digital pack. You would also get a preview deck set. So you'd actually get 2 demo Alpha Clash decks, a preview deck. So get some other bonuses in your hands. And then we just unlocked at 45K, we unlocked something for the upper tiers. And then as soon as we hit 50 here, very soon, we'll also do some special red cover variant comics that unlock that'll get randomly distributed to certain backers.
Sweet. We should
So
put some of those up on XP Network too. So Shane wants me to point out to the stream, XP is awarded after the stream. It's not like instant. When you scan it, you are entered in, and that's how we prove that you were physically here and watching. And then you will get it issued after the stream. Question from YouTube. Have you guys considered doing a larger set of PV that could be used to do sealed PVE? Spoils of the Forgotten was nice, but not big enough for a sealed pool. That's a big one.
well, in terms of yeah, so a couple things. The Ridge isn't here to tell me that I can't say some of this stuff right now. So the next PVE will be accompanied by another spoils set. Now you got to remember, spoils is an expansion booster that is designed to be prize packs for PvE gameplay and support. It's you have the unit of PvE and then the spoils. It's your treasure packs. It's what you get as prizes for playing the game. So would it be cool? Absolutely. It's not really what those booster boxes are designed to be. I don't know if I have a spoils box handy because they're like all sold out. I think I have one over on my shelf somewhere, but we completely sold out of that product 100% from us. And so I know there's not a lot of those sealed left in the wild, but those are whatever that was. I don't even remember. They were like 20 packs of 5 cards as opposed to 32 packs of 16 cards. So it is going to be hard to do a sealed or draft with those for sure.
Pretty good answer, and congrats on selling out. That's always good for the company. Tougher to get cards that way, but at least your cards get value. Question from Cody the Contender: in future sets, are we going to be moving away from the older contenders in both the comics and the TCG sets? I bet I know the answer to that one, but what do you say?
You know, I would never say never on just totally getting away from people. The nice thing is, again, we are in a block right now. So we've said this is a 3-set block. This is the second set of the 3. You can bet that the 8th set that comes out after this will still be Cosmic Conquest. Now, because Cosmic Conquest was also a board game from us, you know that there's like 22 possible characters in this era that are going to show up. So you can probably surmise some people that haven't showed up as contenders yet on whether they're coming or not. And then especially one thing to note, and people have obviously figured it out, when we do comic series, well, you can pretty much bet that those characters are going to end up in the game, because not only is it the artwork, it's the story, it's the thing that's driving it. You maybe by partnering with a really famous comic book writer and releasing a whole comic book series, you could figure out, we haven't announced the next block yet, but on, where maybe some of the story and the characters might go. Now, you haven't read the story yet, so there might be cameos. There might be some characters reprising their roles in their story and making a return. Might be some hidden Easter eggs in that comic book for those who have read the story before. But we still like to sprinkle in some support for past people as well. So don't give up on people yet if you don't see them.
Great answer. Oh man, this is a big one. Okay, question from YouTube. We do a lot of kitchen table drafting and progressive draft. What about a draft kit with some basic cards that all players have access to so we can use less packs for each draft? Maybe a set of like basic 1s, 2s, 2 to 2s, 3 to 3s. I'm not sure what that means because, of each color that are available to everyone. Maybe 3 3. Oh, 2 2s and 3 3s. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid.
Some attack and defense. So basically you're asking for like bricks of cards that are, common in that. One thing, especially as we're designing these new sets, it's important to us to have a certain amount of vanilla cards, quote unquote, or we do all sorts of math on trying to have enough cards and characters that are 1/1s, 2/2s, 3/3s as well. Doesn't fix you not having to open more packs. I don't know if I see that being something that's on the table right now in terms of including some sort of bricks of common cards for draft packs. What I would recommend, if you've already opened a whole bunch of cards, is to keep a stack of 1/1s and 2/2s and 3/3s from all the cards you've already opened as your cards that you mix in that are available to everybody.
Yeah, but a draft style token thing could be interesting. You got to understand from like the publisher point of view, we're basically like just spending money to do that. I'm going to say that in your sense, because like most people aren't going to want that because there's nothing new, right? There's nothing competitive, but it is great for draft. So I see the pros and cons on this heavily. For
It's just one shelf above where you can see. We did do a draft box early on. We had a Year of the Dragon draft box that had 32 packs of 15 cards. It also came with a brick of contenders and tokens and clash buffs and things that were for everybody, as well as prize packs in it, which is good. But for us to be able to do a full-on booster set that also serves as a draft box is a better move for us as a company, and I think a better user experience overall for more people.
All right. So how much XP will I need for the XP promo card? My bad if it was already mentioned. We did talk about that earlier. We didn't give an exact number. What did you say? You said if you did the spotlight week
If you did
every
this,
day.
if you did all of the spotlight week, I think you'll be good to cover pretty much all of it. If you only did part of it, make sure you're scanning to reduce your cost there, and make sure that you've got enough minimum XP to be able to pick it up.
Yep. So, and this is great because it is going to limit one person from buying all 100 cards because you can't. You have to participate. You can't just go whale it out and take the cards from the community, which is awesome. Not awesome to take it from the community. Awesome that they can't. Question from Scared Mind: any characters may be returning from the dead someday?
Well, in the sense that they could still be on cards if they've been killed in the story, yes, that's possible. In terms of like people who are dead in the story returning, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I think there's obviously those who have been reading the Cosmic Conquest comic book series. The first few issues have already been released, as well as the novel. There's certainly some characters that appear to be dead or appear to have died, yet they reappear later. Maybe they weren't dead. There's some characters that died, quote unquote, off screen. Are they dead? I don't know. You think they're dead? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But I think that, yeah, anything's possible. We'll see. These
There you
guys are
go.
these guys are crazy writers.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Clashing Teacup says, "Bring back the People's Champion Mean Streak," and then in parentheses, Mean Streak would be an awesome Pong of Champions character. By the way, I'm going to talk
Mean
about
Streak would be the funny thing is we have said he would be my favorite person to put in Pong of Champions because he has these floating black streaks that kind of spin around him, and I think it'd be really cool for the game. He's also a speedster. He's lightning fast. The funny thing about Mean Streak specifically is he is a character that a lot of people have really gravitated to in terms of the story. Like one of our devs, that's his guy. He cosplays as Mean Streak. He's his favorite guy. He loves him. AJ, who writes the story, says he put a lot of himself into that character. So it's always been like a special character to him. And then the funny thing is, we sent the story to Mark Waid, and they have this idea for this series. And Mark said, if he could someday in the future, he would want to do that's the character he would want to do a standalone arc of. Like, that's the character he would want to, like, he would get behind, like, writing a Mean Streak story.
Sounds like every fan is aligned, including the writers.
Yes. Yeah. So he's got so much depth that, like, he's not a good guy, but you love him. And, like, there's just something about him people like.
Awesome. So, speaking of that, so we talked about Pong of Champions. I guess this is probably the first time I've said this. Pong of Champions is now live on Android too. So we have it on iOS and Android. We're still in live beta, but I think we can truly say we're in beta and not alpha now because Versus is working. So you can actually play each other, and power up cups are now in test. So you can at least get fireballs and healing cups. And there's some other power up cups coming soon that are in the middle of the table. So you can fight each other like any other fighting game by throwing pong balls at each other and healing and doing extra damage. Fireballs, I believe, do double damage. Don't quote me on that. Healing cups obviously heal you, and the different size cups in the game that are also color coded do different amounts of damage, and everybody has like different health and stuff like that. So the special moves are coming too. So every character is going to start feeling more and more unique. They will be posed instead of always in the T pose. We're getting more and more artwork. Speaking of comic book stuff, shout outs to Jason Cardy, who does all the concept art and art for all these characters. He's a legend. He did Transformers and Spider-Man in the UK back in the day, and he did all of our Soul Calibur art, a lot of our Street Fighter art, probably like hundreds of pieces of Street Fighter art back in the day for us. Did a lot of stuff for Udon Studios. Jason Cardy is a great friend of mine. Love the guy. Been working with him for over a decade. But yeah, Well, Pong of Champions, download it right now. It's a free game on iOS and Android. You can earn XP that way. If you link your account, we call it it's an SDK. It links to video games. This is our proof of concept. It's our first game where you can go in and earn XP by playing a video game. The next one we're working out is coming out. It's called the POC. It's in a post-POC world. If you see a trend here, all of our games seem to have Pong of Champions, POC, the post-POC, proof of concept. Interesting. What are we proving? We're proving that you can play games and get XP. So this POC game is kind of a top-down beat 'em up. Our developer worked side by side with the creators of Diablo, so he likes top-downs quite a bit. But that's going to be, I think we're going to be doing a speed run version of this where you can go in, pay like 100 XP to play the arcade, and then go run and beat up cars and robots and bad guys and stuff and get actual live item drops in the game of like hats and games and publisher product and XP for playing the arcade game. So that's another daily touch point that lets you interact with our partners, but also just play a game and use some XP to get cool stuff. The name of the game is Get Cool Stuff with XP, right? So keep getting XP so you can spend it. But yeah, the Speedrun Arcade, we also have some big plans on adding a bunch of other games into our XP Arcade. That's just like lots of cool things coming up, but a lot of publisher games. We really want to lean into companion apps, dice rollers, life counters, army lists, character sheets, and then mini games for all the publishers for all the different types of games we play in tabletop, because I think I play every single type of game, including party games. So, I mean, I guess you guys know that we've done some Jackbox games. We've done some stuff with Looney Labs that are definitely more casual. And I think every type of game. So what do we got? Next question. We have about a minute left, unless Garrett, you want to go a little longer. Question from Clashing Teacups again. Genuine question, buying from XP Network. How does the postage work? So the only thing we don't cover is shipping, because we're shipping randomly to whoever it is. So it's going to be whatever your cheapest shipping option is. And that's all you really have to cover if you have enough XP. XP is a store credit. So it's a store credit to whoever's XP store it is. And you'll get essentially your wallet. If you look at your profile, the XP you've earned from every single publisher is in order on your profile page by how much XP you have. So the most XP you've earned is going to be at the top, and it'll scroll down from there. And you can earn XP from regular retailers as well. You can earn XP from event organizers that are just running events, judges and things like that, and obviously publishers. Down the road, there's where we're going to be expanding out of the tabletop space as well and getting into, like I said, video games, music, sports, and anime. A lot of cool things if you're a fan of stuff that you can earn XP from the creators. And I think every one of these people will count as a creator, even the retail stores, because we've found that what the local hobby shops, your LGS, is really doing that you can't do at home is the engagement. They're allowing you to play with people you may have never played with before. They do leagues, they do escalation stuff, they do tournaments, they do demos, they do how to plays, they do paint nights. And I think the hobby shop is like the local iteration of the show Cheers. It's like where everybody knows your name. You go in and like you hang out with your friends and you meet new friends and you just talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. You're all having a common interest, and it brings people together like a network where you can get XP. So I love hobby shops for that reason, but I also love like the publishers go out to conventions and do the same thing. And we're iterating on quests again as well. So if you are going to Origins, we're going to be doing some huge XP quests and things at Origins this year with our publishing partners. We have 2 booths at Origins.
We have a booth. We'll be there.
We're going to be doing awesome stuff there. We have a lot of partners at Origins this year. We are trying to work our way into Gen Con. There is a massive waiting list for Gen Con, and we are unfortunately a new company to them, not necessarily the faces, but the company. So we'll see what we can do at Gen Con to interact. We're tinkering with Adepticon if you play minis games. Obviously, we're going to be a Gamma. And you Europeans, we may be going to the UK Expo and Spiel and a couple other European shows. I know John Grams was just at Nuremberg this week. So there's some cool stuff, but yeah, live questing is going to be awesome. And I think once we prove that, I mean, we've already done an awesomely successful quest engagement at last Origins. This year, when we have it as a specified feature, I want to be able to pass that to our hobby shop. So like you can earn points. Like if I go to this hobby shop 7 days out of 7 in a week, I can get escalated more XP, stuff like that, where it's not just getting loyalty points for buying things. I like that too, to be honest. Like I like collecting points and getting discounts because I bought enough stuff, but engagement is so much more important to the hobby shop. And it's why we go in the first place. We're not going there just to spend money. We could order online if we wanted to do that. We play on our kitchen table every single time, but there's something special about a local game store. So if you want to do the wheel spin, 24 people have scanned it. You can ask Garrett if he wants to do it and how much XP he wants to give out. This is from Shane. This is how I have
All
to
right.
say it. We did 500 XP last wheel spin, so you know, but we got to keep the XP promo card in mind. This is advice from the director here.
Yep. Yep. Let's anybody that's here, let's double them up. Let's give them an extra 100. We can spin the wheel.
All right, we're doing a wheel spin. Someone's getting a bonus 100 XP. Shane, shout outs for watching at the backs of the community here. And then we have another question from Teacups real quick. What do we got? I wonder if Clashing Teacups is from like the Disney ride.
They're in the UK, those guys.
Okay, random question. Who is winning the Royal Rumble?
I don't know. I don't know. What's
This is a fun one because I know where they're going with this. So we partner with wrestling shows as well, and you can earn XP and engage with fans there, and they're actually like really killing it. I don't know who's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Probably
Actually,
Cody Rhodes.
I don't have insider information on who wins wrestling matches. So, but that was a good attempt. All right. So, Shane, let me know when we're ready to do a wheel spin, and I'll do the weird sound effects with my mouth again. Waiting for his cue. Everybody, if you want your chance, you need to scan the QR code. If you did not scan the QR code, you are not eligible for the bonus XP or the initial XP. Okay. He says we can go now. So, 3, 2, 1, spin. We have a winner, probably. I can't see anything. Let's see what Shane says.
Can't see it. Who got
Winner
it?
is AGS7 or AGS7.
There you
Congratulations. Go. You just got 100 bonus XP. Remember, it does come after the stream, but you will see that in your account. Shane, are we going to throw an achievement for that, or is it just going to be XP in their ledger, just so they know what to look for? You can see that 2 ways in your account, by the way. You have achievements, which are collected, and then you also get the ledger that just shows how much XP you got just for whatever. I guess he says it's up to Garrett. Do you want an achievement for that, or we just throw him 100 XP and call it a day?
I'll message whatever. Just throw it in their ledger. We'll give them some cool achievements coming up.
All right. Achievements coming soon. Mean Streak wins the Royal Rumble is the next comment.
He's got help.
Nice one. So yeah, any final words, Garrett? I know we got to get that Kickstarter back. Let's get some people buying some comics.
Yeah, definitely.
And learning about your storyline.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, if you're here and you're a fan, maybe you've already checked it out. But definitely would make the appeal to go check it out. If you just want to pick up the story for as little as $10, you can get it. If you are a TCG fan and you can swing it, there is not a better deal than the $9.99 tier. It is packed with more than probably double that in value of stuff that we put in there for the people who can do it. If you're the ultimate collector, some crazy unique TCG stuff, graded cards, graded comics, signed stuff, everything. So something for everybody. And the story is just awesome. It really is good no matter what. And then get ready for 7th booster set. Be here in a few weeks.
Awesome.
And our drop.
Yeah, the drop. Show that one more time for anyone that missed it. You need XP to get this. You can't just buy it. You have to participate. There it is. Beautiful. We got the XP Network approved logo. We've got the number out of 100 signed by Ridge.
You can see all the look at all that UV texture on there and the light.
You guys do an amazing job on cards, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, it took us years to catch up to where you are today, and you guys, you're just going to the races, making awesome stuff. So anyway,
appreciate
thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend. If you have second final words, here's your chance. Otherwise, awesome having you on the show, man.
Yeah. Rising Empires, don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Go back.
That's right.